In this presentation, we'll delve into the concept of catastrophizing, anticipating the worst possible outcomes. Catastrophizing not only fuels anxiety and depression, but can also detrimentally impact one's overall life satisfaction. Moreover, I will equip you with 3 practical strategies to replace this harmful mindset with healthier alternatives. Let's delve into the details. This instructional content forms a crucial component of my comprehensive course on reshaping cognitive patterns, specifically addressing anxiety in the Jack story, The Anxious Brain, available on udemy.com. For more extensive insights, please explore the course on the mentioned platform. Imagine a scenario where a man finds himself on a desolate country road, late at night, facing a flat tire. The absence of a crucial tool, the jack, compounds his predicament. In a state of panic, he contemplates seeking assistance from a distant farmhouse. As he embarks on this journey, his mind conjures up various negative scenarios. Perhaps the farmer will be unfriendly or even pose a threat. This narrative exemplifies the detrimental effects of catastrophizing on decision-making and overall well-being. Catastrophizing, fundamentally a cognitive distortion, involves viewing a current or prospective situation as a catastrophic event. For instance, fearing failure in an upcoming test may lead to envisioning a cascade of negative consequences: academic expulsion, menial employment, a life devoid of success, culminating in destitution. Catastrophizing essentially magnifies difficulties, interpreting them as insurmountable and catastrophic. We've all encountered individuals who, when faced with a minor setback like receiving a B on a test, dramatically declare, "I'm failing math class." Similarly, some of us have experienced the exaggerated warnings of parents, such as, "Neglecting your chores will result in your college roommates despising you, and you'll never find a life partner." While these examples may seem extreme, they underscore the commonality of catastrophizing in our thought patterns. The story of the man with the flat tire illustrates how catastrophizing often originates from genuine challenges, like a flat tire, but then morphs into an irrational belief that something calamitous is inevitable. In this case, the man's thoughts escalate from concerns about seeking help to fearing he might be shot, attacked, or robbed by the farmer. Catastrophizing, at its core, reflects our habitual response to setbacks, amplifying them into perceived disasters. The detrimental impact of catastrophizing extends beyond mere thought patterns. It influences our emotional and psychological well-being, leading to depression and anxiety. Individuals who habitually engage in catastrophizing envision prolonged negative outcomes, making recovery seem impossible. Consider the following common scenarios. Someone with anxiety may anticipate losing control, imagining a panic attack during a routine visit to the mall. Rather than viewing it as an uncomfortable experience, they catastrophize it as a calamity. A person grappling with depression may envision a perpetual state of despair, convinced they will never experience happiness again. A teenager interpreting mild social rejection as complete exclusion from desirable social circles illustrates another manifestation of catastrophizing. How does catastrophizing disrupt our lives? Not only does it sever potential opportunities, but it also attracts the very problems we seek to avoid. If we enter a conversation anticipating defensiveness, our communication may inadvertently provoke defensive reactions. Similarly, fearing rejection from a crush may deter us from making a move, leaving us alone on the weekends. Moreover, catastrophizing serves as an invitation for depression and anxiety. By envisioning a future laden with threats and hopelessness, our brain responds by releasing fewer happiness-inducing chemicals like serotonin and dopamine. This perpetuates a cycle of withdrawal, lack of motivation, and the onset of depression. Additionally, catastrophizing triggers a heightened perception of threats, activating the fight-flight-freeze response in our brain. This heightened state of alertness contributes to various anxiety-related issues, including social anxiety, general anxiety, and panic attacks. Ultimately, anticipating the worst cultivates hopelessness, depression, and a lack of motivation for the future. If catastrophizing proves so detrimental, why do we persist in this behavior? It serves two primary dysfunctional functions. 1. Avoidance of disappointment. Anticipating the worst becomes a coping strategy to shield ourselves from the potential disappointment associated with risk or uncertainty. By expecting failure or rejection, we preemptively protect ourselves from the emotional toll of these outcomes. Paradoxically, attempts to evade negative emotions often lead to depression and anxiety. 2. False motivation through fear. Some individuals believe that fear serves as a potent motivator. Predicting doom and gloom is seen as a means to spur oneself into action, whether it's studying or going to work. While fear may offer short-term motivation, it eventually gives way to sustained feelings of anxiety, depression, and diminished functionality. Recognizing the dysfunctional nature of these functions is crucial. Rather than succumbing to self-criticism, it's essential to embrace the understanding that change is possible. So, why do we persist in this behavior? It serves two primary dysfunctional functions. 1. Avoidance of disappointment. Anticipating the worst becomes a coping strategy to shield ourselves from the potential disappointment associated with risk or uncertainty. By expecting failure or rejection, we preemptively protect ourselves from the emotional toll of these outcomes. Paradoxically, attempts to evade negative emotions often lead to depression and anxiety. 2. False motivation through fear. Some individuals believe that fear serves as a potent motivator. Predicting doom and gloom is seen as a means to spur oneself into action, whether it's studying or going to work. While fear may offer short-term motivation, it eventually gives way to sustained feelings of anxiety, depression, and diminished functionality. Recognizing the dysfunctional nature of these functions is crucial. Rather than succumbing to self-criticism, it's essential to embrace the understanding that change is possible. To counteract catastrophizing, consider adopting the following proactive measures. 1. Ensure adequate rest. Begin with a foundation of a good night's sleep. Sleep deprivation heightens sensitivity to threats and reduces resilience in the face of challenges. A well-rested state enhances the ability to confront challenges with courage. 2. Embrace uncertainty. Accept uncertainty as an intrinsic and acceptable aspect of leading a fulfilled life. This life skill involves redefining anxiety, acknowledging it as uncomfortable but non-threatening. Adopt the mindset that you can handle challenging situations. 3. Motivate through positive goals. Shift the focus from using fear as a motivator to cultivating motivation through positive goals. Rather than compelling yourself to undertake tasks out of fear, identify what you value in life and work towards those aspirations. Additionally, to address and overcome catastrophizing, consider implementing the classic cognitive behavioral therapy (CBT) approach. 1. Identify catastrophizing patterns. Recognize instances when you engage in catastrophizing. Pay attention to the specific words you use, such as never, terrible, failure, rejected, or any exaggerations that magnify the situation. Seek input from others to gain a broader perspective. 2. Challenge negative thoughts. Understand that just because a thought exists, it doesn't make it true. Train yourself to gently question and challenge these thoughts. Avoid self-blame or harsh judgments. Instead, practice noticing the thoughts without internalizing them. 3. Replace with rational thoughts. Once you identify catastrophizing, courageously confront it with more realistic and rational thoughts. Consider alternative outcomes and acknowledge that even if challenges arise, they are manageable and not catastrophic. By adopting these strategies, you empower yourself to break free from the shackles of catastrophizing. Recognize that change is a gradual process, and with persistent effort, you can cultivate a mindset that fosters resilience, optimism, and a more balanced perspective on life. Feel free to share this valuable information. Thank you for engaging with this content.